Then let it be. I don't know what it done told you. Don't let them fold you. Keep it the letter G. Humble yourself with the patience. You got a pace to get where you wanna be. All the pain just show that you seasoned. Gotta believe this. Just give me the cheat code. And none of the struggles come with the glory. Tell them to keep those. All of the pain just come with the game. I treat them like free throws. All of the evil sticking around. I had to delete those. Yeah, I had to defeat those. Just give me the cheat code.
Hey, that thing is a banger, man. I always get lost in the sauce when that cheat code anthem comes on. Let's go. Let me share my screen. Let's get into the action here. What I want to talk about today is moving averages, okay? In the news, you may or may not have heard that on the weekly chart, Bitcoin has formed a death cross here, okay? This is on the weekly chart. If you do not know what a death chart or a death cross is, it's when the 50 crosses the 200. Okay, this is a short-term moving average crossing a long-term moving average, the 200 here. Okay, the 200 is in orange, the 50 is in yellow. I'm gonna let some people roll in here. Let me check the chat, make sure we're good. What's going on? Glad y'all could join us. We're just going to do this quick little lunch session. I want to make sure you all are understanding what is going on in the market because we got inflation data coming up. We got CPI tomorrow. And then on the 16th, we got PPI. Okay. So we got consumer price index and the producer price index coming up. So pay attention to what's going on in the market because it can bring a lot of volatility in the market. So if you got any questions, drop them in the comments, but let's get to action here. Okay. I'm going to make this bigger here. All right. So right now, like I said, we're going to talk about moving averages today. Now, there's a lot of moving averages in from that are used by traders and investors. If you go check out our Instagram, I've got some short form clips there as well. We talked about moving averages, what to look for, even some questions that came in that may not be talked about here. Make sure you go over to our IG at cheatcode.tv. Okay, that's on Instagram. So go check out those live videos and learn some stuff and share this with a friend. Hit the like button. If y'all don't hit the like button, man, I'll stop doing it. Let me make sure y'all clicking the like button. Okay, all right, get them likes in here. Okay, cool. All right, so with the moving averages, like I said, there's a lot that traders use, but specifically, there's at least 3 that are used by all traders and investors that I want to talk about today. Now, that is going to be the 20 and the 50 and the 200. Okay. Now, the 20 is a very short term. Now, when I talk about the moving averages, when you hear the 20, the 50, the 100, or the 200, we're talking about days here. And what I'm using is the SMA. So there's EMAs, there's SMAs, all kinds of different. Actually, you can actually use different moving averages in here in the cheat code algo. So depending on which moving averages you'd like to use, volume weighted, all kinds of different averages, moving averages in here. So if you like to use EMAs, you can actually switch that and it'll change the trend cloud here. Okay. So you can see this change that happened in the trend cloud behind me. I do not use EMAs, excuse me. I prefer SMAs. So you'll see this. I feel like SMAs is not necessarily too quick. You got to figure out what works best for your ticker, okay? Because sometimes EMAs are respected by some tickers, sometimes SMAs are respected more. Yeah, and it's not a proven fact, and it's not a strategy that you can use across every ticker, right? Just because you see one, maybe you see Apple bouncing off the 100 SMA, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin's going to do the same thing. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention to this. But like I said, for beginners and just for basic understanding, I say that you should always keep in your arsenal the 20, the 50, and the 200 SMA. Okay, not the EMA. I'm not talking about EMAs. That is, if you like to use EMAs, that is your sauce, not mine. What is a safe amount of money to start trading with? You can start with any amount of money that you like. I mean, I've seen people start with $19 and make $400 or $500 trading options, right? And the same thing when it comes to Forex. You can take a little bit and you can start making a lot. You can also actually get funded right? And that way you can actually use other people's money, OPM, okay? I personally started with 500, and this was back in 2020. And it was just a lot of, I mean, the market was just, it was the perfect opportunity for people that didn't know what they were doing to make easy freaking cash, because the market was just going up, 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 up. All you had to do was buy a call contract and it just went up. So it depends on what I think the best way to look at this is not how much is a safe amount of money to start with. It's really about how much can you consistently invest on a monthly basis, right? Because it's not about trying to start with a little and become rich off of that. It's about actually consistently investing into this craft. Because I mean, when people ask me what I do, I literally tell them I print money. You know, I push buttons for profits, right? I wait on the perfect opportunity. I'm patient for that to come. And I build a position that's in the favor of that reversal of whatever trend that I'm trading. So I want to talk about these moving averages today. What's good? What's good? Okay, thank you. Yeah, no problem. No problem. So if you got any more questions, drop them in the comments. I'll keep checking back on this to make sure everybody's understanding. So if you're understanding, right, drop a 1 in the comments. If you're lost, drop a 2 so I can come back and make sure that you understand, okay? But if everybody's understanding, drop a 1 and let's keep it moving. Okay, so like I said, there's going to be a ton of different moving averages that people are going to use for trading and investing. But like I said, the 3 that are going to be used by every single one of them is going to be 20, 50, and 200. Okay, so the 20 is going to be short term. The 50 is more of a bit of a midterm, and the 200 is your long term. Okay, so a lot of times the 200 is something that is, like I said, it's a long term moving average. A lot of times you don't meet it, but when you do, it's a disaster. Okay. And a lot of times with the 50 gives you those larger trends because we're on a weekly chart. So each one of these candles equals 1 week. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an entire month right here. Okay. So when you're looking at these charts, you can see the 50 here gave this trend support and it rallied it back up. Right. And also I have on my SMA with the cheat code algo, I have on my SMA trend cloud. So what you're going to see is, since I'm using the 20, the 50 and the 200, you'll be able to see those with the trend cloud. Because if I actually just move these lines, you can still see the 50 here. Right. As well as the 20, how it's given its support here. It rallied here and gave this trend support. All right, so this trend cloud is similar to your moving averages. So if you don't have your moving averages on your screen, you can always use cheat code algo. It's going to let you know where that trend is. And that way, when you see it cross out of this green trend cloud, you can see it then becoming red, and then it's rejecting it, right? This cloud is now resistance. Okay, same thing here. It lifted up, gave it green, it gave it support, but once it crossed back under the green, it became resistance. Okay, so if you've got cheat code algo, you also have these, right? So this is going to be a moving average here because when we turn it on, you can see the line here. So hope that makes sense. But the 50 is the yellow, the green is the 20, and the 200 is the orange. Okay, so for right now, we're just going to take a look at the 50 and the 200, which is just that midterm / short-term moving average with this orange with it, which is a long-term moving average of 200. Okay, so why is this pivotal? Well, because when it crosses, the 50 crosses down over the 200, that's basically a bearish signal, right? So you can see right here where it was approaching it. So when we zoom in, you can see here. Let me remove this. You can see this red indicator here. Let me actually put a little circle on it so you can see it. This red indicator right here. And then you've got this yellow caution candle, right? And so literally as this crossed, you can see how it broke this trend down, right? So Bitcoin is on the weekly right now, could be trending back towards this this entry level here, and could use it as support. This death cross doesn't mean it's going to automatically fall, right? Because if you look at the daily, this has happened before on Bitcoin. Let me actually remove these now. And you can see that this type of trend or death cross has happened before historically for Bitcoin, right? So right here we had the 50 cross the 200, And as you can see here, cheat code is still showing us these trend clouds, right? So like I said, if you don't have these charted, you can still have the trend cloud. You can see it didn't even make it to the 50 here. It just rejected off of the trend cloud, right? But once the 50 crossed this 200, you can see here that it took, this is a daily chart. So each one of these candles is a day. So once it crossed, that was on Friday the 14th. Okay, so it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it was slightly declining, right? But it took a 1 whole week to go sideways and then completely drop in price. Okay, so that's what the death cross does. Really, I mean, it's called a death cross for a reason, right? Now, the opposite of that would be a golden cross, right? And so on the daily, we actually have a golden cross here. And you can see that's what could potentially give this support, right? You can see the trend cloud here giving this a little bit of support here. But that's where your 20 comes in handy, right? So you want to turn on the 20 and see what that is plotting. Because the rule of thumb here with the 20, now we're using daily and weekly charts, okay? Remember, I'm looking at bigger time frames. I don't care what happened on a 4-hour. I don't care what happened on a 15-minute. It's a lot of bulls and bears fighting. I have no interest in seeing what happened between them. I want to know what happened in the day. So the lowest time frame I'm ever looking at when I'm charting and trying to find a trend is going to be the daily. Okay, so focus on larger time frame. It's going to make you a lot more fluent when it comes to knowing when to be bullish or bearish. Now, when we turn on the 20, this is that green line. Let me make sure I don't have any questions thus far. 1-1. What's good trading website to start? I use Webull. You put 500 into one sector? No. I put 500 into IVR, I believe. It was like a real estate penny stock, and it went up like 300, 400%, you know, because penny stocks only have to move a couple of dollars to, you know, go up hundreds of percent. So I bought it when it was like, you know, $4.50, maybe even some at like 3 something, and then it went up to like $7 within 2 days. But that's what got me hooked on trading. When that happened, I opened my phone and I realized that my 500 had turned into like $1,800 in a matter of 2 days. I was just like, how do I learn how to do this? Right? Like, how do I figure this out? And that's how I stumbled across Cheat Code Algo, because at that point, it was just about how can I be more fluent on trading, because now at this point, I understand it. I learned more about moving averages. And if you want to learn more, check out our other live videos. We talked about when to know when to be bullish or bearish, how to chart supports and resistances, how to trade them. But how can I purchase contracts or options? That's from your brokerage, and you actually have to be approved for that. So what we'll do is we'll make a whole nother video about that. I don't want to get too lost in the questions, but yeah, drop these comments and questions on the videos on YouTube, and I'll log them, and that way I can come back and we'll make a whole video about how to purchase contracts or options, because that's another whole video. Okay, so let's get back to moving averages. That way we don't get a little lost in the sauce. But like I was saying, we got the 50 and the 200, right? Now, your short term is going to be your 20 SMA. Now, I think, and like I said, I'm always using this on a daily or a weekly chart. Let me blow this up for you. Now, rule of thumb here when it comes to the 20 simple moving average, okay? If it ever closes below it, that is a bearish signal, okay? If the market closes below the 20, which is this green line, that is a bearish signal. You can see here it broke through it, right? Now, if it closes above it, that is a bullish signal. So as we began to close more and confirming this 20 here, as well as it reclaimed the 50, it became super bullish here for Bitcoin, right? And we can look at any chart. I'm just using Bitcoin because Bitcoin right now has the death cross on the weekly. But the same here, you can see as we really tried to, this 20 was really trying to hold up this trend here. But once it really closed here and then it couldn't hold this 20, nor it held the 50, it collapsed in price. Like I said, that is a bearish signal. If you can't hold these moving averages, you're saying that the average price over so many days is no longer valid, right? The market is now pressing us below that or above it to confirm it, right? Because you can see here, it rode above it here, tried to really take off. But I mean, you saw the hidden bearish divergence here, plus a swing signal, and said not today, right? But then you had a caution candle, green indicator. You had the price movement really reclaiming this 50 here. It reclaimed the 20. The swing confirmed this trend. The squeeze started to turn positive on this trend as well. Boom, we got a buy signal. You know, that's why I say use these moving averages as a confirmation on trends as well, because if you watch all the videos and the lives that we've done, and you combine it with this as well, you can be a lot more patient on finding better opportunities, right? So when you come in the market and you see that 1, 2, or let's say 1, 2, 3 days, we tried our best to just stay above from not closing below the 20. Right. So that's your first sign that, man, I see some weakness in the market, because we're really trying to hold this 20. And a couple of these days, right, if we really zoom in, you can see a couple of these days we opened below the 20 and closed above. We opened below the 20 and closed above. But this day we opened below the 20. And then once you do that, like I said, when you once that happens, when you can't hold your 20, you're gone. Right. And not to mention, you had this here, you got your caution candles giving you a warning sign that we're reaching an area of supply. Right now, when I say supply, that is resistance. That means that more people are selling. You are offloading. Right. So there's an overload of supply. This is an area of supply. This can be an area of demand. Right. Because we saw a lot of consolidation. We saw some lows here on the squeeze. Right. So people were more willing to buy. There was a demand for Bitcoin the lower it fell. Right. So as it came to 15.9, or you can say 16,000, you can see that there was a lot of demand pushing it back up. Right. So when I say demand, we're talking about support. When I say supply, we're talking about resistance. Right. So hope everybody understands that. So if you understand that, drop a 1 in the chat so I can keep it moving. If you don't, drop a 2. Isn't there somebody live trading from the Chico during inside the premium? Yes, live trading. And if you stick around, I'll see if we can drop into the live trading so I can give y'all a look into the live trading floor. Because that's really a critical part of our community, is like giving you a real-time experience and on-hands learning experience, right? So we're in the market, we're trading live. You can come with us, ask questions. But like I said, use these moving averages, because like I said, as it reclaimed these moving averages, that confirmed that bullish trend. And then as it actually broke through this moving average, it turned bearish here, right? So you want to pay attention to these moving averages. And like I said, it works across, so many different tickers as well. So you want to, we're going to turn off the 20 for right now so we can just focus on the long-term ones, right? So you can see here the golden cross happened. Let me delete this. Actually, let me just move this here. So the golden cross happened here, right? So you can see it happen here, and it really actually wasn't the best opportune time. But when that golden cross happened, it gave the market the opportunity to really test this 420 level, right? Or really head close as possible to 420. So the market literally gapped up right here on open, came down, retested, drove it higher on this day, right? We even tried to hold this take profit level here at the top. So you can see this golden cross really supported this rally higher on the market. So if you would have been paying attention to the 50 coming up to the 20, this would have let you know that, hey, we're about to have a golden cross here, which gave all of this support, right? The closer this came, the more strength this rally had. And once it struck, I mean, that day, it was able to push higher to this second take profit level. Right. These green lines here, this is what I talk about when it comes to supply areas and demand. Right. We're not necessarily looking for the reversal on the dot, but we want to know where is there an area of weakness. Right. And you also want to match that up with your squeeze and your swing. Right. If we're coming into demand down here, what is my squeeze telling me? What is my swing telling me? Right. Then you got this major caution candle here, just out of the reversal bands too, and you had the regular bullish divergence. You can turn on divergences here on your squeeze as well. That way you can get these signals about hidden and regular divergences, whether they're bullish or bearish. You definitely want to have those because they help you. But you can see here, even the 200 was a major line of rejection. The 200 is the orange line. You can see how the market rejected it, right? It came to the 200, rejected it. Came back to the 200, rejected it. Came to the 200, tried to really reclaim it, rejected it, right? But once it reclaimed that 200, like I said, once you can, if you watch the moving averages, when the market closes over them, that confirms the bullish trend, right? Now, when it closes under them, right, we can see when it's a red candle, that means that the close is at the bottom. If it's a green candle, that means it opened here and closed here. Red candle, opened high, closed lower. Okay, so that means the market opened above the 200, but it closed below it. So literally, everybody the next day was like, "Yo, I'm short in the market," because that was the moving average signal that I needed. And look how it collapsed, right? Collapsed in price after that. Same thing here, right? The market opened, it opened down here, closed up here, held it for a day. But this day it opened here and then just broke below the 200. So the next day it collapsed, right? So once the market sees these type of signals, it responds, right? And same thing here. You can see how we reclaimed this 50. It gave this a rally right here. And then that 200 became resistance here. So you want to pay attention to those in the market as well. Let's see here if we can move back a little further and see a death cross. Okay, death cross was here. All right, so you can see this death cross here happen. And so that gave you at least a forewarning. Sometimes these things it'll allow, and that's why I say be cautious in the market now, right? Because sometimes the market can continue to rally and exhaust itself up, drive itself in an area of demand, because you can see the squeeze is already signaled here. The swing is riding higher, and we've been this high before. If you put this level here on the swing, you can look to the left and see that last time we were here, it got rejected, right? Last time we were here, it got rejected, right? And you can see the price moving with these as well. And you can see the squeeze is the same thing. The last time these indicators, oscillators were this high, look what happened. It rejected. Look what happened here. It rejected. It rejected here, and it's signaled here, right? And we got a caution handle here. So as the market moves higher, right, we're going to go into an area of more supply and weakness in price, right? So pay attention to that because that is crucial. Now, when we turn on the 20, I'll show you what it looks like on a short term and how that affects it, right? Same thing here. When we closed below it, right, the market became so weak, right? And sometimes it's not going to happen the next day. This happened 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, it really tried to ride back up and reclaim it. But once these couple of days, these 4 days, it took 4 days for this to say, okay, we're giving up on trying to reclaim the 20. Let's let it go, right? It came back here, tried to reclaim this 20 and the 50. It didn't. It actually opened lower, closed below it, and rejected again, right? So if we cannot reclaim these moving averages, this 20, this 50, this 200, those are pivotal, right? Because like I said, when you close below them, it gets rejected. We can look back in the past as well, because when it reclaims it, it allows it to rally. Now, when it breaks below it, you see what happens to the price, right? And we're looking at the green 20 here, right? So when it reclaimed it here, it tried to keep reclaiming it, but when it couldn't, okay, cool, let it go down, right? Let that weakness in price exhaust itself so we can go back to demand, okay? So you can see the death cross that happened here on the S&P 500 as well. So we'll remove the 20 so you're not confused here. But this death cross is the 50 crossing the 200, which is a bearish signal. You can see it tried to reclaim this. It did. Once it rejected this 200, it then rejected the 50. And once you knew that this was already here, it just let all this ride out, right? So, but never just go off of the moving averages alone. Make sure you're checking what's going on here as well. Because if we see the market going this way, right, we're like, okay, it's running into the 200 moving average on the daily chart. We could definitely see some resistance here. Okay, well, what does my squeeze say? Well, my squeeze says we're pretty high, right? We also have a caution candle. Swing also signaled here going down, right? So you can see that all of these things are getting exhausted, right? And so that's when you can see that area of weakness and supply. And if you look left, you can see what happens here at these prices, right? So always pay attention to price action as well as the moving averages. Let me make sure we don't have any questions. I don't want to run this on for too long. Hit that like button so we can do more of these. Make sure you're sharing this with a friend. I want to make these short and sweet, so it's just to the point. So I want to make sure I covered everything for everybody. So if you enjoyed this and you understand what's going on, drop a 1 in the chat. If you're totally lost and you got a question, drop the question in the chat or drop a 2. That way I can know, I can slow it down next time, or let us know. Always leave us your feedback. Drop a like. Hit that like button. I want to see y'all dropping a like, okay? Hit that like button. Share this with a friend as well so we can all get this knowledge, because this knowledge is going to change our lives, okay? So that is about moving averages. Make sure you don't get all lost in the sauce. You don't need all of these moving averages that a lot of people try to talk about. Like I said, one of the few that most important ones are going to be your 20, your 50, and your 200 simple moving averages. Okay. When you start to use other moving averages, you're putting yourself in a niche. Okay. You're creating your own finite strategy that is like an island of people that use this particular indicator. Okay. So make sure you're not overdoing this. It can all be so simple. Make sure your charts are clean and they're not all convoluted and stuff. How are you turning on your averages? Right here. So you actually have them in the cheat code. So if you go onto clouds, that's going to be your moving averages. And it's these clouds right here. So they're off right there. But when you come into the settings, turn on the clouds. I have mine on simple moving averages. That's my preference. Other people use EMAs. And when you change the clouds to EMAs, you can see that it's a lot sharper, right? Because EMAs are exponential moving averages, so they're a lot quicker. But SMAs they're simple moving averages. They give you more of a buffer, So for me, I like them. Like I said, you cannot use one strategy for moving averages across everyone. So focus on, and you all shouldn't be trying to trade, 10 tickers at a time, right? If your watch list is over 10, you need to clean it up. Okay. If you're trading more than 2 to 3 tickers, you need to stop it, especially if you're losing. If you're not winning and you trade more than 3 tickers, you're doing something wrong, right? So fix it. I mean, like the only way that I became good is because I focused on really getting good at 1 to 2 tickers, and I know how they move. I studied them. It's like marrying somebody. Like I know what makes them happy. I know what turns them off. You know what I mean? So like this is like choose the one, man. What y'all out here, man? Y'all all in the streets trying to get with this one and get with that one, and y'all trying to get everywhere, and y'all gonna go broke trying to do that. Same way with dating. If y'all trying to be everywhere, trying to date everybody and see everybody and do everything and treat everybody like a queen, you're gonna go broke doing that. Same thing with stocks. You can't trade them all. Okay, pick the one that that puts money back in your pocket. Y'all a team. You know what I'm saying? Pick that one, get really good at it, and just slut her out. I mean, not in the sense of really in life, but I mean in the sense of the stock. Okay, so excuse me. Show us the Discord, please. Yeah. Okay, let me show y'all the Discord. So what's cool is we have the free Discord here. So this is the profit channel, so y'all can see, we trade it all. We trade crypto, we trade Forex, we trade credit spreads, options. I mean, you name it, we got it. Now this is the chat room. So this is where we come and post free live streams, free info, free data. You can meet other traders, ask questions, everything you need to know. Plus we have free live calls. Okay. So every time you come in, you can actually get that. Now on our premium channels here, we actually post literally daily schedules for economic news, earnings, market updates, all that you need to know. That's part of premium. Okay, so when you get into premium, you get this type of updates. You also can join our mindset classes on the weekend. Now, this is Trade Hero. This is totally different from our premium. This is a text service. Okay, so when you're part of the text service, it doesn't matter because we have people that are subscribed to this on an international basis, and sometimes it blocks the phone number. So we set up this actual premium channel for Trade Hero subscribers. So if you're part of Trade Heroes, you actually have access to this channel as well. Okay, so you can come in, you can actually get the text in here. That way you don't have to worry about, did you get it on your phone or not? We're going to send you the text in here. Okay, so part of premium as well is we've got our live trade ideas. Okay, let me see if we got a live let's see if we got a trade. We got a trading floor going on right now. I don't know if y'all can hear how the audio will work, but let me see. I'm gonna try to see if I can get y'all in here.
What expiration you get?
Okay,
17,
okay.
217.
I don't know if what's going on, y'all. I'm on YouTube live right now, and I'm in the stream. So y'all just give a quick what up to the people on live. I don't know if they can actually hear y'all or not, but it's recording live right now.
Oh, let me hit this then. Go ahead.
Let's get it.
Hey, what up? Y'all come on, tap in with the premium side over here, the live trading floor, and get some of this work.
Let's go.
Tap on in, y'all.
All right, y'all. We gonna let y'all do y'all's thing. Holla.
Dude.
All right, so I don't know if y'all could see that. Let me see if y'all could have. Did y'all see that? Tony opened up the floor. Let's go. Okay. So y'all can see it. Okay, cool. So yeah, so we literally have live trading floors. Plus, you can come in here and get technical analysis. So we're sending you the charts. We're breaking it down for you as well here. So everything you need is in this community, right? And we trade Forex, we trade crypto, we trade futures. Literally, we have it all. And we're building out our CCTA, which is our Cheat Code Trading Academy. So that'll be something that we'll really be launching more and more with live classes, as well as in-person classes. So y'all stay tuned. You comment on this YouTube, let us know where you want us to pull up in your city, and we'll make it happen. I'm about to shop. I got to go in there. Okay, yeah, and if you want to shop, go to shop.cheatcode.com. And you'll be able to find all of that here, right? So you can get Trade Heroes here. It's a yearly subscription. You can get Cheat Code Algo here, plus our community package or the monthly subscription, okay? So all of that is going to be on the website for you. Literally, I mean, and we got private chats here as well with more analysis, more questions. And we got people from all over the world trading. So you can literally come in here if you're from Canada or Europe or Australia. You can come in here and ask questions. Yo, what brokerage are you using? What indicators are you using? How are you using them? What strategies are you using to do that? And also, we got some strategies on our YouTube. So make sure you go over to our YouTube. Let me show you the YouTube. You go to our YouTube, boom, we're here with our live videos. So make sure you all go check these out. Plus, we got a lot of videos here that you can learn a lot of information from. Plus, check out our due diligence. These are dope. We actually do an immersive experience with the stocks that you all are trading. Okay, so make sure you go check those out and click that subscribe button. Hit that like button real quick for your boy. But definitely make sure you all are joining in. If you want the link, make sure you comment below and I'll send you the link. It's also in the description for this video. You can go to shop.cheatcode.com and follow us at cheatcode.tv on Instagram. Okay. We got Trade Hero text alerts. We got live trading community with classes as well. And we're sending trade alerts to you all too. So make sure you tap in with us. And don't play yourself, man. We're here to help. Look at all this sauce you're getting, right? And you can learn what indicator to use, what charts to look at, what stocks to trade, what types of, because everybody has a different style. That's what I love about this community, from long-term investing to scalping. So we've got it all. So I want to make sure we don't have any questions. What platform are you using? I'm using Cheat Code Algo on TradingView. All right. So this is what we're using when we're charting and stuff. So pay attention to that. Your 20, 50, 200. Yep. That's, I want to see it before I buy. I got everything else with the flash card. Oh, okay. Yeah. That was the inside right there. You looking at it. Okay, cool. You can hear them. That was dope. So I'm glad y'all can see. I'll try to do that more. Maybe one day, hit that like button. Maybe one day we get enough likes on this video, I'll do a live stream. Since you all can hear them on the trading floor, we'll do a live stream trading floor one day. That way we can all pop in. We'll have the live questions coming in right here. I'm new peep, my 16% PL day on Ford. Let's go. All right, my computer's about to die. It's been fun, you all. If you got any questions, make sure you drop them in the comments. And make sure you like this video. Pass it on to a friend. You can hear, can't see. Oh, well, dang, you couldn't see it? Oh, but you could hear him. Okay. Well, we'll work on that. We're going to work on that. But check us out on IG as well. We'll do some lives there too. And if you got any questions, like I said, please drop them in the comments. We're here to help. Make sure you join our community. It's totally free too. If you want to join the community, just drop a free in the comments for this video and I'll send you a link. Okay. I'll see y'all on the next one. Let's get it.